Right, so it's been a while. I haven't uploaded or filmed or done much content-wise on YouTube. Anyway, I've been hammering over Twitch. So if you aren't already following me on Twitch, the link should be in the description. But yeah, I haven't filmed recently, and I want to get back into that. I've got a few top 5 videos for Disney Speedstorm coming on the pipeline. But today, Comic Book Haul, you know how these videos work. I'm going to show the comics I picked up today. Without further ado, I picked up Superman number 3 and number 4, slowly making my way up to being caught up with these two, or being caught up with the Superman series. It just seems like a never-ending kind of thing to get caught up with Superman. And the first 2 issues I thought were great. I think the series so far has been doing really well. So yeah, I'm excited to get back into it, and I'm excited to be able to jump into it, properly, and not just go in with just the first 2 issues. That being said, a new number 1, Ghost Rider Final Vengeance, number 1. Supposedly this is all about Danny Ketch is no longer the main Ghost Rider, or he's no longer Ghost Rider at all, and we're finding a new host, and Danny's still going to be in the background, but who really knows? I have no idea what this book is actually going to be about, but I think it's a cool premise. I liked the last run that Benjamin Percy did. It was a pretty good last run, so I hope that this continues on that trajectory of just being good and being fun. Caught back up with Immortal Thor. I'm fully back on track with Immortal Thor, so I picked up number 7 and number 8 today, so we're back on track with that. Immortal Thor has been a series that I've been in and out with. I like certain things that the book is doing. I just don't know if I'm fully invested in the book as a whole. I don't know if I'm fully invested in what Thor's doing. I think I'm more invested in the B plot, which is Dario Agger, the Minotaur, has bought Marvel Comics in the Marvel Comics universe. He's bought the Marvel Comics business, so he's kind of manipulating the stories of the characters from inside from the outside in. So that's an interesting thing, and it's something that I haven't seen before. I haven't seen a lot before. I mean, it's more of an indie kind of idea, but yeah, I like the idea of that. I like that it could go somewhere very interesting. My only issue is that it's happening in Thor, and Thor doesn't usually... The Thor book never usually, crosses into other books much. Next, The Avengers issue 11. The last issue of this series I thought was actually really good. We have a thing that we're actually doing going forward. Took us 10 issues to get there, but we actually like have a theme, and we know what the book is trying to do, where we're going. So yeah, I'm interested to see where it goes from the end of the last issue, especially since Kang is going to be a much bigger threat than, or at least we have the promise of Kang being a big threat going forward. I don't know. But it seems like issues coming after that, like for the next few months, Avengers is going to be just crossing over with every other big event that's happening in the Marvel Universe. Obviously, Jed MacKay is the big head honcho of that Blood Hunt event, so the Avengers are involved in that. So, like, we're going to have the next couple issues of Avengers that are going to be tied into Fall of X, and then we're going to have some that are tied into Blood Hunt, and then God knows what else. But next book, Green Lantern War Journal. This has been amazing so far, and every issue is better than the last, and it just keeps going from strength to strength. And obviously it does, because Philip Kennedy Johnson's on it. His other book, Hulk, also doing very well. Black Panther number 10, final issue. Really excited to get into this, actually, and really excited to see where the book goes and how it ends, and if it does stick the landing, because I've really enjoyed this so far. Blade number 9, we're one away from finishing this, unfortunately, but I hope there's another Blade series after this. I hope we get more Blade stuff, because it seems like Blade is like the new hotness over at Marvel now. So I hope this did well enough to see more Blade stuff come out, more like solo Blade stuff come out in the future, because this has been great. This has been a real like delight, actually. It's just been really good. Fantastic Four number 18, probably going to be another one and done. This book always is like, here's one for you, and here's one for me. Here's one for you, and here's one for me. And I don't mind that. At least we are getting the ones for us. But yeah, I think I enjoyed this series a lot more before it got to issue 10. I think everything after issue 10 is kind of like, the stories that are being told haven't really grabbed me. I think basically since the team got put back together, I've kind of not really cared as much. But we don't know what this issue's about. I don't know what this issue's about anyway, and hopefully it's good. And speaking of hopefully it's good, Thanos number 4 happened, or it's going to happen, or I don't know. This book exists, and that's the nicest thing I can say about this series up until this point. Issue 1 was brilliant. Issue 2 was almost unreadable. Issue 3 was forgettable. So I hope issue 4 is good. I hope this book sticks the landing, and I really just wanted to enjoy this so much, because it is Christopher Cantwell, and he does, and everything else that I've read of his has been great, and it's probably because there's been no mental health hook with this book. Like, no one's going insane, no one's getting addicted, no one's trying to commit suicide. So there's kind of been none of that stuff that Christopher Cantwell kind of usually does so well, and usually invests me into one of his stories. This is just Thanos going on a road trip and Lady Death not really wanting to come along, which, could be interesting, but I feel like, especially for a book like this, Thanos should probably be in it more than he is. It's more of a Lady Death book, and, if you call a book Lady Death, then it's not going to get... it's not going to sell. So I understand why the book's called Thanos, and he is very much... he is technically a character in the book, but I just don't think it's very good. I just don't think this series has been very good, and it'll be interesting to see what else comes out later in the year, to see if that book, where that book lands on my ranking comics of the year that I've read, ranking every comic that I read this year list, because at the moment, haven't finished it yet, but at the moment, it's at the bottom. At the moment, it's at the bottom, but, I'll see what... hopefully the last issue's good. I can only hope it's good. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments below what books you've been picking up recently. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.